Welcome to Section 1, Lesson 4 of our Discipleship and Simple Church Training. In this lesson, you will learn about knowledge, obedience, and sharing in the context of what the world teaches versus what Jesus teaches. Let's get started. In the context of the church, the world teaches that gaining knowledge is of the utmost importance. This is where most of a person's energy is expected to be spent. Little focus is placed on obeying God through the knowledge gained until enough is gained. Since there is always more knowledge to gain, it is hard to define what enough knowledge is. There is even less of a focus on sharing or teaching that knowledge to others. A person is typically expected to have extensive experience before sharing or teaching. What this creates is an immature church, far from what Jesus expects from us. Vastly different from what the world teaches, Jesus teaches that knowledge, obedience, and sharing all hold equal weight. As soon as we gain knowledge, we are expected to obey it. And as soon as we obey it, we are expected to share or teach it with others. This helps create a mature church, which Jesus desires, as we see in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11 through 16. Take a moment to read Mark chapter 5 and reflect on what Jesus teaches. The three-legged stool rule states that knowledge should not leave behind obedience and sharing. You could think about this from a fueling perspective. Knowledge fuels obedience. Obedience fuels sharing. And sharing fuels more knowledge. Like a three-legged stool cannot function as a stool with any one leg missing, the church cannot function as the church if one part is given more attention than the other two. Yes, Jesus wants us to gain knowledge, but not for knowledge's sake. The point of acquiring knowledge is to obey what God teaches and share that teaching with others. This is how the church becomes mature. Now that you have completed Section 1 of our Discipleship and Simple Church Training, it is time to put what you have learned into action. Take some time to pray and answer these 5 questions. Congratulations! You have completed Section 1 of the Under Fellowship's Discipleship and Simple Church Training.